So after going through this unit, I expect you students, I expect you learners to be able to explain what is distance education and what is distance learning, okay? These two are similar, terms, but I'm sure they mean different, but in context, they mean the same thing. So you will be able to explain what ICT influence the teacher program. How is information communication helping or to influence the delivery of the teaching and learning processes? So further, as students during this unit, you should be able to explain what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages of a specific media, which instruction in distance learning are disseminated, okay? So we also look at maybe you should be able also to understand the comparative analysis of how ICT has been utilized in the provision of distance learning. So what is the meaning of distance education learning? Okay, so distance education has become a popular program or term to describe learning via telecommunications. Now we are saying, I was talking about showing you the phone, the smartphone, that via these gadgets we are able to now to be educated. Okay, these gadgets that are here also are examples of gadgets via telecommunications. Okay, so according to the study that was done by Greenberg, 1998, him referred to in his study referred distance education as a planned teaching and learning experience that uses the spectrum of technologies to reach learners' interactions and certification of the learning. So in his study now, he really focused, he came up with a definition what distance learning is all about. Here, the key term is planned teaching. So when we ask you a question, say, can you define distance education according to Greenberg, 1999? So your key words there would be planned teaching, planned learning. And that experience, okay, after using different types of technologies that we have highlighted earlier from previous units, okay? And this encourages students' teacher interaction. And further, once they graduate, we need to give them certificates. We need to give them degrees. We give them various certificates for them to learn. So this distance education was accepted as one effective means through which high-quality education can be provided to the wider range of terminologies and wider range of beneficiaries. Such technologies or terminologies that have been used. So here, you have to be very careful as I'm talking, because here we are talking about distance education and ICT. And then there are terminologies that are used in this particular, subject. Okay, terminologies such as open learning. Others, they use the term open learning. Others, they use flexible learning. Others, they use e-learning, among others. Okay. So we are saying that distance learning is any form of study that is undertaken by the learners in using the different media, audio, video, aids, and so on, all those. And then after using those techniques, then the knowledge is transferred to the learner. So that is. So what is critical, what you should also understand as students is that you must understand what this terminology mean to you when you talk about open learning, flexible learning, and e-learning. In the past, I didn't know how to differentiate these two, because most of the time I could I'm doing e-learning, or this one I'm doing e-learning. But for your own emphasis, you must have a clear understanding of these terms. So the media, the media who have influence on the learner direct face-to-face. Of course, there are some materials, okay? There are broadcast materials, programmed materials, self-instructional materials that are provided to the learners so that they're able to access. At Gideon Robert University, we have a program. We have in various programs, School of Education, School of, of Agriculture, School of Engineering, maybe others, business. We have distance education, okay? We have distance, and we have a department that is responsible for distance education. The coordinator is in charge of when enrollment is done. They have a period when they come. Normally, we call it, others they call it residential. Another term there is residential. They call it residential school, okay? These are not more like on the full time, but most they are on the distance. And the majority of these are civil servants or the workers who are coming from different, sectors. Okay, so this is becoming a very, very important thing, because if me, I'm working and I want to do study, I can't just sit in the office and then, no, I will remain here and all. I want to be studying, but I can't go for a full-time study because I have a job, so I need to go for work. And sometimes certain organizations, they may not give you even the leave. They will say, no, you can't go. Dr. Piri, you can't go. Okay? So this distance learning institutions like Gideon Robert University has introduced this to be able to, to address the challenges of those people that are not able to access education when they are disadvantaged in terms of different activities that they do.